Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5 a.m. Club. It's lunchtime on Tuesday, and as you can see, it's a beautiful day. The wind has changed directions, as you can see up there on the harbour bridge, and it looks like it's gone from a southwesterly to a southeasterly or thereabouts. Anyway, it's a glorious day. It's a beautiful day, gentle breeze, it's warm, the sun's come out, a little bit of cloud cover, and a vast improvement on what the weather was first thing this morning. Anyway, what I'll do is, given there's quite a few people about, I'll just go down here onto wharf number 6 and continue the 5 a.m. Club and just have a bit of a chit chat about a book summary. And the book summary that I'm going to go through today is entitled Superbetter. Superbetter, and it's by an author named Jane McGonigal. Jane McGonigal, who's the author of this book called Superbetter, and it's a book designed to talk about ways in which we can improve ourselves and to understand gaming, the gaming that a lot of children are hooked on, and to understand a little bit better and deeper how that works, why it's good, and why it could not be good at the same time. So let's go down here, get out of the noise if I can. There's a generator making a lot of noise, but we'll head down here and just try and go to the other side and out of the noise, but it will be happening in the background, I think, but I apologise for that in advance. So the author here talks about gamifying your life, because of post-traumatic and post-ecstatic growth. So what does all that mean? It all sounds quite technical, and it all sounds quite complex. But the author here in that first structured point, which comes out of this book, talks about these two topics, these two concepts: post-traumatic growth and post-ecstatic growth. So what this means is that in our lives, sometimes events happen, and they could be really, really traumatic events, which basically shake us to our core. But sometimes we need to go through these extremely traumatic events, because what they do is they shake us to our very core. They cause a crisis, they cause a catastrophe, but they could be the step that we need to go through, the phase we need to go through in order to experience tremendous growth and development. So a lot of people probably say that we need to get to the point where we say in our life, enough is enough, and from that point onward, then you take it upon yourself, you take the responsibility and the accountability yourself in order to change your situation and your station in life, to improve and to get more out of your life. So at the moment, the world, not just us, not just Australia, not just Sydney, but the world is going through a traumatic period based on COVID-19, which has imposed upon each and every one of us social distancing, fear, uncertainty, doubt, economic crisis, health crisis, and a number of things that have caused us to reevaluate our lives and to identify the things that we value most and the things that we can do without, the social circles that we love and the social circles that we can do without. And all of this is because of this situation, or this category called post-traumatic growth, where you get to a point that you're shaken to your core, and from that point you say to yourself, I'm going to change A, B and C in order to achieve D, E and F. How many times have I seen in my life people who have had a near-death experience where they've been robbed, their house has been burgled, or they've been in a car accident, or they've witnessed something close to them with something that has happened to their friends, and that point has triggered a complete change in their lives. They've decided from that point on that they're going to change their life and improve their life. Either they agree or consider divorce, or they consider changing jobs, or they consider doing other important things which are quite dramatic, but and a complete about face, but it's something that happens which dramatically changes their life. And this happens because of this concept of post-traumatic growth. There's also another concept that the author talks about, and that's post-ecstatic growth, and it normally happens after a big win or a big success in your life, that you get another epiphany where you want to make changes in your life to reinvigorate yourself because of the taste that you've had of a success, which gives you puts wind in your sails, so to speak. So following a marathon or following achievement of a big goal, you get another rush of adrenaline, another rush which makes you want to go on to do things which are bigger and better than what you ever have achieved before in your life. So let's move on to the second point in this book, because I am conscious of the time that we've got available to us. And the other point that the author makes is the use of gaming to help reduce physical pain. And a lot of young people are hooked on games. A lot of older people are hooked on other types of games like video games or poker games, poker machine games, the pokies, the dreaded pokies. And you go into a casino and you just see all the pokie machines taken by elderly people. And you ask yourself, how does that work? Why do these people insist on throwing their money day in, day out at poker machines? Or why do young people just lock themselves up in their rooms and just play games day in, day out, year in, year out, rather than go out and socialise and do things which I find more interesting, but they obviously don't. But the reason psychologists tell us is that the games divert attention. They distract us from physical pain, mental pain, whatever pain we've got, whatever unresolved issues that we have, is reason for us to look for a distraction in order to shift our attention, shift the spotlight, so that we can react less to these signals of pain that we're receiving on a daily basis. Because what happens with gaming is that it engages us in a flow state where we get so absorbed and so engaged that it feels that we've got perfect control over our life, we can just press the button time and time again and gain some sort of control in a life where we think that we've lost complete control over. So games give us our attention and positive activity, which enables us to feel in charge. It gives us a level of confidence to endure the pain that we're currently going through, and our body can get adaptive to that positive energy and positive vibe that we're getting through the distraction of the games. They also say that if people are feeling significant physical pain, then what we may want to do is to use gaming technology to distract us from that ongoing chronic pain. So games can be used for our benefit, but they can also make us less social and increase the pain over time without us knowing. So as the author says in the last structured point in this book, that games have both a positive and a negative impact on our lives, depending on one thing and one thing only. You need to ask yourself why you play the game in the first place. If you play the game in the first place to be distracted and to help you get through and over or under your pain, then you need to understand and look at why you have that pain in the first place. Because games have a self-suppressive effect, allowing us to escape and to avoid our problems. But we need to understand that this escape and this avoidance is only temporary. You're not getting rid of the source of that pain. All you're doing is dampening that pain for a temporary amount of time. So what we need to do is we need to look at ways at how we can take on and how we can and work out why we have this pain in the first place, and look at solving those issues, confronting those issues, either by ourselves or through other people, to be able to sort ourselves out and to sort the mess out. Because sticking to the gaming, sticking to the distraction is just going to lead us further and further into a corner and into a black hole that we may not be able to extract ourselves from. For those who are gamers and who are stuck in that circle of gaming, we need to try and look at ways of turning it into a positive. And the way you can turn it into a positive is, rather than play by yourself, to start to include friends, at least in that gaming experience, because playing alone could be a potential problem that will get you further and further engrossed and trapped in your problems. So there are ways of turning games into an expansive experience by having a positive goal attached to it. But these are areas for, I guess, seasoned psychologists to help people through. Anyway, I think I'll leave it there, because it is a topic which is beyond my capability and beyond my understanding, but it has given me a deeper appreciation as to why people get caught up in gambling, in gaming, and all of those things, or that sort of social environment. The casino, the poker machines, the roulette, and all of those things, because it is, and it does provide an escape, but we need to remind ourselves that it's a temporary escape and not a permanent escape. The only way to really escape your challenges and your problems is by having professional help and by confronting them and getting through them. So let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay committed, stay relevant and stay reasonable, most importantly. And let's understand the risks with gaming and also the opportunities of learning that we sometimes need to hit a rock bottom through gaming or through just following the trend, the negative trend down to the bottom, so that we can experience a traumatic and post-ecstatic growth spurt. So sometimes we need, as we said, to go to the bottom, to go to the end, to reach a point of no return where we need to lift ourselves up from our bootstraps in order to achieve the greatest miracle of all, which is turning someone's life around, and most importantly, turning your own life around and making the most of what you've got and the circle of friends that you have around you and the support structure. So I think I'll leave it there for now. So take care, Yassas, and I'll sign off from Jim's 5am Club, and we'll chat again later. This is my third vlog for the day, and I'm on track to doing 4 or 5 every day until I get to my 1,000. Hopefully on or before my 61st birthday. Yassas, and thank you for joining me. Bilaka from Jim's 5am Club. Bye for now.